I'm Monsignor Landry, National Director of the Pontifical Mission Society, standing in front of the Archbishop's residence in Krakow. This is where St. John Paul II lived when he was the Archbishop of Krakow between 1967 and 1978. You see that mosaic image over the main door. That's where, from a window, he used to address the crowds when he would come back as the 264th Peter. We ask his intercession today for all missionaries, especially the chief missionary of the church, Pope Leo. Today in the Gospel, Jesus is challenged by his critics to give them a sign. Now, Jesus had been working nothing but signs throughout his public ministry. Signs in which he's curing deaf people, blind people, lame people, mute people, healing lepers, where he was feeding great multitudes with a few loaves and fish, where he's calming even stormy seas and quieting down the winds and the rain. But they wanted another sign because they were constantly waiting for Jesus to strike out so that they'd be able to pretend as if he never should have been a Major League ball player in the first place. And Jesus said in response to that challenge that no sign would be given this evil generation asking for a sign except the sign of Jonah. The sign of Jonah was a twofold sign. First, it was a sign of conversion. Jonah was the instrument God had used to convert the ancient pagan Ninevites. 40 more days and Nineveh would be destroyed. He never got to 39 because the king, all the way down to the pets, converted in sackcloth and ashes on the first day. Jesus similarly was a sign calling us to a new life. The second aspect of that sign was just as Jonah had spent 3 days in the belly of the whale before he was spit on the shore, so Jesus would spend 3 days in the belly of the earth before he would rise from the dead. The resurrection is the great sign. Missionaries are those who are called to be both signs of conversion and living signs of Jesus risen from the dead, showing the difference the risen Jesus makes in a life today. We pray for all missionaries. St. John Paul II was that sign calling us to divine mercy and calling us to the risen Jesus. We pray through his intercession for Pope Leo and for all of us that we might be those twofold signs, a sign that can convert even our generation. God bless you.